We're at the eCommerce Expo, meeting with the brands changing our world.
One of the biggest challenges of e-commerce is conversion rate and growing acquisition costs. So they have to do everything to make sure that the conversion rate is as high as possible, and they constantly grow it. So that's like the overall challenge that I see in the e-commerce market. Our customers in particular, they want to drive costs down of customer service, but also leverage conversations as a revenue booster. So we offer an AI agent for e-commerce brands. What does it mean? We help our customers place an AI agent in every conversational experience, whether it's chat, whether it's search bar, whether it's email or social media, where an AI agent replies to the customers when they need it, and answering the questions very quickly, not in 48 hours, actually drives conversion up.
And if you look at the industry as a whole, or perhaps the conference in general, what are some of the hot topics, some of the big themes that you see coming out in the industry?
Yeah, of course AI, generative AI, but I think it's a buzzword these days. 2025 will be the year of implementing AI strategies that make sense, not just talking about them at conferences.
Ben, great to meet you at the eCommerce Expo. Can you tell me about why you attended?
Sure. We've just re-platformed some of our websites, and we're just looking for tips and tricks and industry advice on how we can improve our website. So we own 3 brands. We own Granger's, Fabsil and Cherry Blossom. So Cherry Blossom is the shoe polish brand. Granger's is care service, so cleaning and reproofing for outdoor garments, jackets, walking boots. And Fabsil is the market leader for tent care solution. And we're primarily in stores, but we're trying to grow our websites as well.
And if you could sum up the conference in one word, what would you say that is?
Inspirational.
Eugene, thanks so much for your time today. Can we start with what brought you to the conference?
We are a credit insurer, but we are now developing. We want to become the preferred payment option for B2B business in the checkout. So our solution is helping merchants to offer on an order basis sending an invoice in the checkout to their clients.
And what are some of the main challenges that you're finding with customers at the moment?
Identifying the right buyer and doing a credit check on the buyer on an instant basis. And this is where we step in, because we have over 100 years of experience in the business-to-business environment, checking buyers and creditworthiness. And that's at the end our value proposition. So the merchant can remain having a relationship with their buyers, building up a relationship, and make them easy, and the customer journey will be seamless and similar to an offline transaction.
I think that sort of answered my next question, which is some of the solutions that you provide to solve these challenges.
Credit insurance is really an offline business, so you have a department who's onboarding a client, who's checking the creditworthiness, and based on all the admin, they decide whether they're going to offer them a deferred payment. So here we are trying to combine the whole journey online.
Amazing.
So actually it's outsourcing your credit management, making sure that you have a secured transaction at the end on the platform.
And how have you found the conference today? What's been your main purpose?
The main purpose was show off and make sure for the market that we're here. And also one of the key elements is talking to maybe potential buyers, or maybe software companies who are in the software solutions building the checkouts. So it's finding partners, finding prospects, introducers. So I must say this morning was a very good morning.
Yes.
We had a lot of meetings already in good context.
Awesome. And if you look at the e-commerce industry as a whole, and perhaps the conference today as well, what do you see coming out in terms of the main hot topics, trends in the industry?
There is a lot of new things to come, which we don't know yet. And I also think that in the B2B environment, we are lacking a little bit behind of the B2C.
Yes.
So that's really a development we are seeing, growing. So we want to have a similar customer journey as we know from the B2C.
Yes.
Especially after COVID. So we see really a wrap up in growth in e-commerce business. And that's also the reason why we are now heavily investing into solutions.
So we are a reusable and returnable packaging manufacturer based in Gloucester. We also have a recycling centre based in the UK as well. So this is our second year. The first year went very well for us. We gained very good knowledge of the sector and some of the objectives that people were looking for in regards to reusable packaging. So at the moment we're finding that cardboard and the supply chain around that and the recycling and single-use packaging essentially, it produces a lot of waste, produces a lot of carbon emissions, and of course the availability of it as well. People are looking further abroad for items such as cardboard and pulp. So what we're seeing at the moment is consumers are more prepared to pay that little bit more for a sustainable packaging item rather than a single-use plastic bag or a recyclable cardboard box. These are reusable up to 20 times. They stay within a circular economy, and we have all of the waste back in Gloucester to recycle as well. So the trends are definitely more towards reuse, recycle and return.
E-commerce industry, what would you say, like, if you could narrow down the one big trend that's happening right now?
It's interesting to see how search and merch is being explored now, especially when you tie in AI. I think it's quite interesting to see that IMRG did a good job with all the data they've accumulated and presented as to how search and merch is being utilized and where it can go to.
And what do you think, Taki? What do you think the big hot topic is right now?
Yeah, I think the challenge of the economy right now, trying to get customers to spend and basically being able to leverage technologies in order to better engage customers, to take away any friction from some interactions and the buying process and actually drive those conversions.
Well, in general, what we're trying to solve for e-commerce is that we feel e-commerce forgot a bit about the actual consumer, about how to help them, about the experience that you have in a physical shop.
Yeah.
So we're trying to replicate that conversation you would have with a real person with the latest technology and create guides for e-shops. We use AI technology to figure out what customers know and what they don't know about the product category, to figure out which questions are convenient for us to ask the consumer during the discovery and choice process. And then, secondly, we also have to then pair those very simple questions with the actual inventory of the partners, which is another robust piece of technology, which then ends up with a very easy plug-and-play solution for either e-shops or D2C brands.
You flew over from the Czech Republic today.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit more about how this all started and how this began?
I mean, it started with the idea of me having trouble figure out what I want from an e-shop, right? I had to research multiple websites, I had to research multiple resources, and basically become a sort of a short-time expert when I'm buying a vacuum cleaner, for example. Yeah. I mean, my background's marketing, so we kind of thought that we could actually bring this into a technology and design a UX that actually is very easy to deploy within e-com. So, and we feel even here that it's starting to be a thing where people understand they need to help their customers beyond the current UX elements and technology that's out there. So I do expect this to go a lot bigger. I mean, we're currently in 8 countries, 50 customers, e-shops or D2C brands across Europe. We haven't crossed the ocean yet, kind of intentionally, just to be able to manage the workload.
It's amazing. I mean, what you're telling me really is that you've got a first player advantage here in terms of the USP.
Yeah, kind of exactly. We're the new online shopping experience. experience.
Yeah.
With all that comes with it, the research, how you design the questions, the data processing, we feel we're in a place where we can offer this to at least the audience here.